Hey man, y'all see what's going on? We back again. Starsky with the protege, my big bro.
Yo.
Hey man, y'all see the title? Not like us, man. Went
Yes,
crazy.
sir.
Got it. You watched the music video already?
Hell yeah, I had to.
For sure.
I had to. That's so much shit that went on in that video.
For sure. Hey,
So much shit.
hey, and we about to break it down, man. Y'all see
For
what's
sure.
going on? Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Guys, Kendrick Lamar just dropped one of the craziest music videos of all time with so many subliminal sneak disses aimed at Drake. And we're about to break them all down, but if you guys didn't know, Not Like Us is the record Kendrick just dropped a music video for. It is the #1 song in the country and absolutely put the nail in Drake's coffin, calling him a PDF file, a colonizer, and having the entire world chanting OV-HO. And apparently there's a remix to the record on the way, so stay tuned for that as well. But he just dropped the music video for the record, and this
That's crazy, man. Just imagine the world saying that about you, dog. Hey, you saw the video, the pictures of Drake at the all-white party?
Hell no.
Oh man, that dude, he looked like
He
Elvis,
was bad,
man.
bro.
He looked like he aged like 10 years.
Like
he
that's
looked old.
thing.
He looked
It's
like
a difference.
like he became the president or some shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know how Barack Obama get old and shit?
Shit, that's how, man, all them niggas that get in president, they age 20 years for four. But the fact that a remix gonna come out, who the hell gonna be on the remix? That's gotta be like, I don't know, shit. I don't know how you put YG. You gotta put YG in there. That shit is like that's even more of a diss than what the fuck him being in videos and him popping up on the stage, him sliding on Kendrick's side. Like, he already done said some shit in the song about if it's beef, don't mention me.
For sure. Like, and that backfired. Like they keep saying the Hard Part 6 is going down as one of the worst diss tracks of all time.
Yeah, that shit's aging
that
horribly. That shit aging just like his ass, like spoiled milk, nigga. Like that shit.
Damn.
one of the most hyped up music videos of all time, immediately breaking the YouTube record for the most views for a video in a single hour with 1.3 million views in less than 60 minutes, which already has DJ Academics questioning if Kendrick is paying for views. And there are so many little nuances.
Everybody waiting on that shit. That's haters. That's haters.
Compromise, boy. Nigga, compromise for sure.
But
you seen that nigga Twitter feed? Like, it's nothing but Kendrick Lamar hate. And like, it's nothing positive on Kendrick Lamar. Like,
there's nothing that you can even like. I don't even know how you really can hate on Kendrick right now, because like he dispelled every rumor. Like the video is the damn near like that's for real. That shit might be nail in the coffin for real type.
Like, that's a legendary moment in hip hop and just the culture in general, dog.
Shit, for our generation, that's probably one of the biggest moments in hip hop. And he done created multiple big ass moments, like actual hip hop. Not like, oh, I got a hot song of this. Like, he done created cultural moments. Like shit. The Control verse, like, that was the first time in like my generation and our generation that like nigga really was like, let's see who the best.
For sure, like
ain't nobody really. They always say I'm the king. I got the crown. I got this. Boom, boom, boom. But like, for people around my age and shit, like that was the real test of the ones that we grew up and we started listening to at that time. So we seeing how that Control verse really is coming all the way around. Everything that was going on, and this shit is just ridiculous competition.
So
within this video that completely shut down any allegation Drake made towards Kendrick, while also cleverly sneak dissing Drake throughout the entire video, and ultimately showing Drake he is not like us. He is not in the same league as Kendrick. Now, the video was directed by Dave Free, which is Kendrick's business.
Are you struggling to get into cybersecurity?
And that's crazy. And like going back to the Hard Part 6, like it's directed by Dave Free, man.
That's a crazy ass. It's gonna definitely get into the other shit, but the Dave Free part, since he talking about that on this part, they're like, it's a whole bunch of shit that I think that a lot of the fans and shit, like we all noticed, but we just kind of want to see like maybe some shit that we missed or whatever. But the Dave Free Kendrick Lamar, and then he put Dave Free on top, like that's his nigga, bro. You can't. That's just like a motherfucker saying like, hey, bro, like you know your homeboy, like. Hey, he been fucking your girl. That's a kid, and you know this nigga ain't on that type of time. Like, you already know this nigga a goofy.
Like, and the kid look like Kendrick.
Yeah.
So it's
that shit weird.
day one, and Dave Free also makes an appearance within the music video. Now, why this is so substantial is because in Drake's diss tracks against Kendrick, he was claiming that Kendrick's fiance Whitney was having an affair with Dave Free, and that they actually have a child together, that the son of Kendrick is actually Dave Free's son. And Kendrick said the whole time, don't tell any lies about me and I won't tell truths about you. And this video quickly disproves this lie that Drake made, as Dave Free is appearing numerous times throughout the video and even directed the thing, showing that there's no issues between him and Kendrick like Drake had alleged. There's some other crazy rumors that Drake made that are also quickly put to rest within this video, but we'll get to that later on. See, the video starts off with a snippet of a brand new song by Kendrick, basically teasing that he has new music very soon on the way. In the snippet, he raps, "Reincarnated, I'm a stargazer, life goes on, I need all my babies, woke up looking for the broccoli, high key, keep a horn on me, that Kamazi, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me, Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet." Now, it's going to take some time to dissect these lyrics, but off the bat, when he says, IP, the ownership, the blueprint is by me, that's in direct reference to Drake's claims.
That's the shit that stood out to me. The IP, ownership, the blueprints on me. Ain't no ghostwriter, ain't no cap in my rap, just me. I own intellectual property. This is my shit. This is off my fucking dome. This ain't off nobody else shit. That's what him starting off that whole. Just the snippet was a perfect snippet for what he was about to do in that video.
Oh yeah, like especially like you said with the like the blueprint. Of course, it's competition. Like Kendrick, he stepping that shit like, hey, I'm the king now. You feel me? Now he running with it. You feel me? It's not like he used to be chasing after Drake right now, but at that moment he was stamping it. He's like, we hear that. Feel me?
I'm the one.
That Kendrick does not own the profits of his music, as he claimed on his diss track Push-Ups that Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, basically takes 50% of the profits of Kendrick's music. Kendrick is saying that now he's a free agent with his own record label PG Lang, and so the ownership is completely by him, as well as the IP, the intellectual property. He also says, I get off at my feet, which is another reference to Drake's diss where he says, how are you big stepping with a size 7 men's on? Basically making fun of Kendrick for having small feet. Kendrick flips that here by basically saying, I get off and mop feet, which basically means he's sweeping Drake up off his feet. He's destroying him. He made the same reference in Euphoria where he said, Pusha T is Terrence Thornton and Kendrick is Terrence Crawford and he's whooping feet. Now, it's also important to know that even the release date of this music video was super calculated, as Kendrick released it on July 4th, which is America's Independence Day. He also did his pop-out legendary West Coast concert on Juneteenth. Juneteenth is the day that commemorates
Then, while Kendrick was dropping Not Like Us, Drake was at the all-white party with the colonizers. You feel me?
Shit.
You feel me? It's just playing into it, dog. It's like
that's ain't no way that Drake can win. Like that's like fucking playing against you play checkers your whole life and you fucking everybody up in checkers. But a nigga that for real play chess and shit, that's two different games.
Yeah, it's like a Street Fighter versus a pro fighter.
That shit is two different games.
When the final 250,000 slaves left in America were officially declared their freedom. Now, these dates are crazy considering all of Kendrick's diss songs have been aimed at saying that Drake, a Canadian, is a colonizer of African-American culture and has no true identity of his own. Now, the video starts off with Kendrick in a room surrounded by a bunch of dancers from Los Angeles, with each one of them wearing red and blue flags tied together and shirts that had the color.
She was killing that shit off the jump.
Oh, yeah.
She came on that bitch.
Hey, that shit
fucking round.
Red, blue, and white on them. Again, referencing the colors of the American national flag, and the blue and red rags signifying the unity that Kendrick is bringing to gang members within his city. The scene that follows that depicts Kendrick in a black room with dim white lights, which is an exact recreation of the second part of Drake's Family Matters music video, where he's driving to go have the van from the Good Kid, Mad City album covered smashed. In that scene, there's also a man wearing a black shiesty mask.
And that's crazy too, because I didn't even catch that part at the beginning.
I didn't until I watched him more than once I got to the third or fourth time. I was like, that shit looked familiar.
Yeah, I know
because it was weird because it was watching the Family Matters, all that shit. I had seen that shit, but I ain't noticed the shit that's about to happen next until I watched that shit about the 6th or 7th time. I ain't even see it.
I was like, oh, that shit look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
In the video, that man tries to jump at Kendrick and he quickly gets
Yeah, get his
blasted
ass
away. Now,
snatched
there's
up.
multiple cameos in
Stranger
this music
Things.
video that play strong
Wait a
significance.
second.
One of the
So, you know, Stranger Things, Bobby Miller Brown, the Drake shit.
Yeah.
Getting his ass snatched up like the fucking
Yeah.
thing off Stranger Things. But if he came up with that shit, like if they came up with that, it's like is that they whole?
Mhm.
Man, that's some fucking minds, bro.
Like, I wouldn't doubt it, dog.
I wouldn't doubt it because they like the way that he rapping, like how cerebral he is. Like I know that everything meant something in this video, so I mean that for sure meant something.
Oh yeah.
The way that it happened and everything.
most significance is the appearance by DeMar DeRozan, who's an NBA basketball player who was once on the Toronto Raptors and got traded for Kawhi Leonard. He's an LA native, and Kendrick actually rapped on the Not Like Us record saying, "I'm glad D-Rose came home, you guys didn't deserve him either." Again, every scene in this video is super calculated. This is followed up by Kendrick in a scene that looks to be a prison, where he's just doing push-ups. This is in reference to Drake's diss record Push-Ups, where he raps, "Top told you drop and give me 50 like some push-ups." Now, this diss was in reference to the viral video of Kendrick in a backyard doing push-ups to some old school R&B music. And Drake is saying Top Dog, the owner of the record label that Kendrick is signed to, is telling Kendrick to drop and give him 50 like push-ups, meaning that Top Dog is telling Kendrick to give him 50% of the profits of his music, similar to how someone would tell you to drop and give them 50 like you're doing push-ups. So Kendrick is just absolutely trolling Drake to the highest degree throughout this entire video. He proceeds to beat up an owl piñata, and on the screen there's a disclaimer saying no OV hoes were harmed in the making of this. Now, this scene has several different meanings. Obviously, the piñata being an owl is in reference to the fact that Drake's OVO logo is an owl. It's also the fact that piñatas are famously known for being an activity at a kid's birthday party, and Kendrick throughout all of these disses is accusing Drake of being into younger women. And an owl...
Hey, I didn't even think
I
about
ain't
that
catch
shit.
I ain't catch that.
Also a predator animal, meaning that it gets its food from other animals. And Kendrick again
that shit
is
is a
calling Drake a predator.
Hey man, she
These-
got layers to it, dog. Layers on layers, man.
Bruh, I think that Drake can fuck up his whole. That's destroying a brand. That ain't just destroying a person. That's destroying a whole brand.
Yeah, and that's his target audience.
Yeah,
That's his
it's
target audience too. You
it's
feel me?
The young, the high schoolers, shit.
Man, that's crazy. Though. He 30-something.
You
Chill
know,
out, man. Chill out, Drake.
Drake, he make that pregame music,
Yeah.
that pre-football pregame type shit. So, damn, that's gonna hurt.
Throughout this entire record. So when Drake was asking Kendrick for quadruple entendres and lines that have like 4 different meanings, I don't think he was expecting Kendrick to not only come with diss records that had bars that had multiple meanings, but also music videos that had layers and layers of meanings to each scene. It's insane. Then when the famous A minor line plays throughout the video, Kendrick is depicted doing hopscotch, which is another kid's activity. Again, Kendrick is accusing Drake throughout this entire record of being into little kids and is shown in the video doing little kid activities. What's also substantial here is on the hopscotch, there were the letters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And on this record, Kendrick rapped, "How many stocks do I really have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Meaning that Kendrick dropped 5 diss records against Drake, but he also had another 5 in the tuck waiting to release. So as that famous
Somebody needed. I wish that motherfucker Drake could fight back because I want to see Kendrick just
Like I keep feeling like
finish the fight all the way.
Yeah, like I think like Drake, he ain't gonna he not getting back in that ring. I think just for the rest of his life he's just
pop
doing
star,
subliminal shit.
pop star. That's it. That's all he'll ever be able to be. He can't be number 1 no more.
Ever. Like it's like I just think about it just from a boxing perspective, just martial arts in general. It's like, bro, you can never be that guy ever.
Nah.
You feel me? It's like I keep see like Kendrick is Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
And Drake is Earl Spence. You feel me? It's like
Yeah.
you can never be that guy ever again. You feel me? We saw you got whooped up.
And
You
that's
like
hard
beat up.
That's hard to once somebody see you get your ass beat.
Yeah. It wasn't even close for real. You feel me?
Like
nah.
it seemed good at first, and then Kendrick came with like an overhand right from fucking nowhere that that shit just had you face first. You ain't going backwards. Your ass going on your face. Like, game.
Line plays, Kendrick is doing hopscotch all the way up to the number 10. Again, trolling Drake for the fact that he has 10 diss records to drop on Drake if Drake decides to re-engage within this beef. Other notable appearances include a scene with his entire record label, everyone from Absol, J-Rock, Punch, and Top Dog from TDE, showing you that these are all his day ones, and completely discrediting any claims that Drake made that his record label was exploiting him, or that he had splits with any.
Eve to me,
You feel me? And like it just goes back down to just visually and verbally communicating the diss track. You feel me? It's like, bro, I'm hanging with my dudes. Like, even though I'm not with them no more, we still day ones. You
Like,
feel me? It's
my
like
niggas, my niggas, bro.
exactly. They want the best.
No
for me,
matter
you feel
if
me?
we be around each other all the time, like shit. I got my homies that we ain't got to talk every fucking day, but when we talk, we talk. That's still my dog, and that's how we rocking. So
especially when you got that type of money, it's like, bro, I could just fly to you.
Yeah,
Even
like,
I can just call you.
it's like,
FaceTime,
hey, what y'all niggas gonna do this weekend?
Exactly. Like
I pull up. Like,
exactly. Like y'all playing, dog. Like y'all some other shit.
Associated with business-wise. Another scene shows Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free dancing in front of a bunch of shipping containers, and this could be alluding to the containers that are used to traffic humans, which is again in reference to the disses that Kendrick aimed at Drake, where even Drake said he knew that Kendrick would take the Jeffrey Epstein angle against him. Where, if you guys didn't know, Jeffrey Epstein is notorious for being one of the most disgusting human traffickers of all time. There's another scene in front of the Compton courthouse where Kendrick is singing with thousands of people behind him, showing that he most definitely gets more love in his own city than Drake gets. And one of the final, most scathing scenes within this video is when Kendrick is standing next to his fiance and 2 children,
Best
which
part.
completely shuts down
Best part.
Yeah,
Best
that part was
whole
crazy.
shit. Especially like me having my girl, whatever, me having my own family and shit. For a nigga to say some shit like that about your family, that's the worst. Like, I don't think Kendrick would have ever did the shit that he did to Drake if he would have never mentioned his family. Like, a real man, we ain't taking that shit. Like, there's just you don't talk about the family, you don't talk about the wife, kids, mama, none of that shit. Like, unless they in that life, you don't talk about them. They done been living. I ain't never knew what the fuck she looked like. I didn't know who she was until the beef. I didn't even like. I knew he had a girl and he had a family, but like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Like how Cole got his family hid off. I don't know what the fuck going on with Cole. This nigga probably got about 4 or 5 kids and got his whole family straight. The motherfucker might have a kid about to go to college or some shit. I never know. But you fuck with somebody's family, they gonna buzzer over with.
For sure, bro. And then I like this part because it's like it kind of looked like a almost security camera footage type of shit. I like that.
Rumors that Drake made that Kendrick was having any sort of marital issues with his fiance. Drake claimed that Kendrick
she was
abused
killing
her.
that
Drake
shit.
claimed
That
that
little
they were
spin
no
she hit
longer
on that
together.
bit. That little spin she hit on that bit.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Hey,
yeah.
She need to be in more videos. If she, I ain't no Kendrick like watch everything that nigga do, but she need to be doing. She might have choreographed for some shit or something. Like she can dance for real.
And he even claimed that the worst, that Kendrick's son was actually the son of his manager's Dave Free, that Kendrick's fiance Whitney was having an affair with Kendrick's manager. You can tell by seeing Kendrick and his son face to face that they are most definitely related. That child is definitely Kendrick's. I mean, just look at the ears.
That nigga look.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Look at the ears. Yeah, for sure.
You could tell. And Whitney is dancing as Kendrick is rapping "Ovi Ho" and he a fan, showing that she's in on this. That there's no issues between them and that everything.
I mean, that shit just a ceiling fan, but that shit funny, you know.
Said was fabricated, was a lie, and that all of the disses he threw at Kendrick really had no substance to them. The most scathing scene of this entire video for Drake must be when Whitney is crip walking to the outro of the record. The last scene of the video is Kendrick staring at a cage with an animal inside of it, and at first glance, you can't tell if that animal is a rat or what it is. But eventually, as Kendrick steps away, you realize that it's an owl, which again is in reference to Drake, and the fact that an owl is a predator animal. Now, Drake fans or DJ academics could say whatever they want. They could say that Kendrick is riding off the hype of this song and that Kendrick fans only eat when he's dissing Drake and that he doesn't release any other music. But he's showing you otherwise. He's premiering new music with
Oh, good. You made it to our meeting.
Hey, when I was looking at the video, I was like, man, that's a beautiful ass owl.
It really is.
That's a pretty ass animal.
Yeah, like shit. It is. He put that bitch in the cage, though, didn't
Show, man.
he? Lock his ass up.
And showing you that this is an entire troll against Drake. And by hopscotching to the numbers 1 to 10, he's showing you that he has many more diss tracks in stock in case Drake ever decides to step back into this beef. I also forgot to mention that DJ Mustard, the producer of the record, is seen in the video wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat, which he claims was not an intentional diss at Drake because he got a bunch of different hats customized and he just happened to wear the Blue Jays hat on that day. But obviously, even if it wasn't intentional, Drake is from Toronto, and the producer of this massive record wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat in the video that's directly trolling you for 5 minutes straight just stings incredibly hard, whether it was intentional or not. So all in all, this was just an incredible performance by Kendrick. He put tons of rumors to rest, whether it was the fact that he was split up from his former peers and record label, whether it was the fact that his manager was having an affair with his wife, whether it was the fact that he was even with his wife still or not. He was uniting his city on America's Independence Day, showing that he has deep ties to his culture and his city and is doing his best to unify his people and bring peace and pride to them. He's also playing Drake's game as best as he could by trolling Drake with multiple subliminal disses throughout this entire video, creating memes that'll last forever and doing exactly what Drake should have done when he dropped back-to-back against Meek Mill. Like, imagine a back-to-back music video with a Nicki Minaj lookalike where Drake was just trolling Meek for an entire 3 minutes straight. Kendrick is playing the game right, putting all the rumors to rest, and making this song even more important than it was. Not only being a victory lap for Kendrick throughout this entire beef, but also being a staple and a sense of pride for his entire community by unifying the West Coast, bringing this video back to his hometown and celebrating the essence of what the West Coast is known and loved for. So what do you think Drake's next move should be? Should he just ignore this? Let the hype of this song and this video die down and release something once everyone has kind of stopped talking about this and the dust is settled? Or should he re-engage in this beef and drop his own?
That shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, he ain't getting back into the ring, man.
Nah.
No.
Ain't no dying down from this. This is a legendary moment. This
Yeah.
ain't just like this ain't back to back. This ain't all right, haha, we laugh at
Yeah,
your
this ain't
ass for
story
a
audit
month.
on either.
You know, this ain't no little shit. This is like
Yeah, this started your
this
downfall.
is some real life. When you got like a real life beef where it's saying like it's a for real personal shit. Like even though the Meek Mill shit, like that shit might have been over a bitch. Or just some little sneak type shit. But this shit, like, he really don't fuck with him. You know, Meek Mills then came back, they did songs and shit together. Like, they ain't gonna never be close. These niggas will never be close again. Like they were never close to begin with, but you know, they will never be close. That shit buzzer for him.
Yeah, GG for OVO, man. For sure. Shit. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for stopping out, man. Go ahead and comment down below what y'all think. See y'all the next one, man.
All right, see you.
Appreciate y'all.